It's Friday. Welcome. April 14th, coming to you from Canada, Penticton, British Columbia. Well, I got to do it. Thank you to all my staff and all my volunteers. You guys rock. My wife, Lisa, and I, we just love you guys. Again, we just can't do the work we're doing here without you guys standing beside us. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Well, I want to talk today about pleasure versus virtue. And Acts 17:18 tells us this. Some of the Epicurean and Stoic philosophers as well were conversing with him. Some were saying, what would this scavenger of tidbits want to say? Others, he seems to be a proclaimer of strange deities. You know, at the time the New Testament was written, two schools of philosophy, they dominated the Greek world, Stoics and Epicureans. As a recent study of the Greeks and their world described, Epicureans believed that pleasure is the sole good. And this was based on the thoughts of Epicurus, their founder, who said this, I summon you to continuous pleasure. In many ways, the Stoics were the opposite, founded by a man named Zeno. This philosophy believed that reason is the supreme achievement of man. You know, Stoics sought to be, indifferent to everything but virtue and vice. They prided themselves in choosing how to feel and react, which would guard them against the changing conditions of life, The Epicureans and the Stoics in Athens were close to the gospel because they were fixed in their beliefs. Indeed, they called Paul, a babbler in verse 18. The world is still filled with people who are closed to the gospel. We know that, we see it, don't we? Because they were fixed in their beliefs, indeed, they called Paul, again, a babbler. Some cannot discern truth because their lives are dedicated to pleasure. Again, we see it. At the same time, others are blinded by trying to reason out everything. Make sure you're not distracted today by worldly philosophies or caught up in the pleasures and passions of the flesh, which can be easy to fall into. Today, commit yourself simply to serving God. Fill your mind and heart with the truth from His Word. It's the book that we need to read. It's the guidebook for all of us, isn't it? Avoiding the deceptive and false ideas that dominate this world that we live in. Today, can I encourage you, as you get into the end of the work week here, commit your life to following Jesus. That's simple. Be guided by biblical principles. Pleasure versus virtue. You know, I pray God's blessing. I pray God's leading over you today. May you just absolutely be blessed. Amen.